Hello, my friend. Mark Harbert here from markharbert.com, and here I am. I'm here in my home office here in Concepcion, Chile, and I've got my fleece on here. It's a little bit wet and rainy out. We're actually in wintertime here in Chile, so I know it's a little bit upside down from those of you who are in the United States and Canada. I know you guys are in summertime right now, and if you're in a few of the other countries, maybe it's different for you too. But for me right now, it's in wintertime. So. But beside that, I wanted to make this video for you and just talk to you a little bit about, about one thing that I think is very important. And if you saw my last blog post, and I did an audio for you, and that audio basically talked about, the importance of personal development and why it's important, not only in your business but in your life, and how it can make a real impact. And how if you don't commit to personal development and getting better and improving your ways of thinking, that you might as well quit the industry, because really that is just such an important aspect. But one of the things I want to talk about today is what it is that really holds people back from taking action. And one of the joys that I love about this industry is the fact that I get to interact with people on a daily basis. I talk with people all day on the phone. And if you're watching this, maybe I've already spoken to you on the phone. But the reality is, I love it. I love to talk with people. I love interacting and talking and meeting people. But one of the things that I see that really holds people back from taking simple actions is they get into what's called analysis paralysis. And maybe you've heard that term before if you've been in the industry a while. And basically what it is it's people who analyze things to death. Okay, they need one more training, or they can't take action until they understand exactly how the comp plan works. They can't take action until they absolutely understand how to generate leads in this one specific area. But see, I want to talk to you and tell you why that mindset is so bad for your business. And it's so bad because this industry is an industry that allows you to make mistakes, and yet you can still make money in the process. Okay, and I know this by experience, because that was me not too long ago. You see, I have a technical background, and my background is in air conditioning. I did air conditioning. I was an air conditioning technician for 13 years. And my job basically was I worked on $1 million pieces of equipment. Okay, I used to work on some big chillers for an aquarium. Okay, and in this aquarium you had all these rare sharks and octopuses and all these, all these exotic sea animals. And if something went wrong with that chiller, it kept the water temperature at the perfect temperature for all the fish. And if something went wrong, you could kill all these exotic fish that cost millions and millions of dollars to maintain. So that's major pressure. So what I used to do is when I would go and work, I'd open up these huge panels, these electrical panels on this equipment, and I'd have to sit there and evaluate what was going on if there was a problem. And inside this panel is just wires everywhere and electrical contactors and all this equipment. And I had to evaluate that and figure out what was going on inside. And when I did that, if I made one mistake, I could literally blow something up in that machine, and it could cost not only problems with the machine, but my company would be liable for it. And if we didn't get that stuff back online, we could be harming the fish. You see the amount of pressure here that was on me when I would do this type of stuff? One of my other customers was Budweiser beer. And I had to get up on their roof, and I had to manage their warehouse refrigerators. Okay, $1 million pieces of equipment. And the same thing applied there. If they're, the beer and everything that was in the cooler, if it wasn't maintained at a proper temperature, it could spoil the beer. So I had a lot of pressure on me to make sure that I made calculated decisions on certain things. And that's exactly what happens when you work for somebody, or you're dealing in the world. Because when we work for somebody, you ever notice that the company you work for is not incredibly forgiving about mistakes? So what happens is we do our best not to make the mistakes, and we stress over not making mistakes. So what that does is it puts us in a mindset of analyzing everything to make sure that the move we make is very calculated, okay? And what happens is people get into this industry of network marketing, direct sales, and they carry that mindset over into this industry, and they start evaluating everything before they can make a move. No, I need one more training. I need one more strategy that I got to learn before I can start to generate leads. And that analysis is what causes people to not move forward, not to take action. You see, one of the things that will hold you back in this industry more than anything else is lack of action. It's not for lack of training. In some cases it may be, but for the most part, even in the company you're with at the moment, you can get some basic strategies to go out and generate some leads. Okay? But it's a lack of action that holds us back because we're either afraid, we're maybe afraid of rejection, we're afraid of making a mistake, because if we make a mistake, oh boy, in the world, if you make mistakes, if you make a mistake at your company, they tend not to be very forgiving. So that all plays on our psyche and our mental abilities when we bring it into this business, because this business is different. It's different. You can make mistakes in this industry. You can make mistakes and you can still get paid. That's the beauty of it. So my exhortation to you today is stop analyzing everything. Stop overanalyzing and just take some action. Take some action, and if you make a mistake, so what? Who cares? There's a great book out there by John C. Maxwell. It's called Failing Forward. Okay? Go pick up that book. And it's about failing your way to the top. That's where some of the greatest inventions of our time came about because of failure. I think it was it Benjamin Franklin or somebody, the guy who invented the light bulb. Gosh, I don't even know that, but he said, I failed at the light bulb 10,000 times or something like that, and it was on the 10,001st that I don't know, I'm paraphrasing. Some of you guys probably know what I'm talking about, but he basically failed 10,000 times, and he learned of 10,000 different ways that it didn't work. So it's always a twist on your perspective. Just change your perspective a little bit, and you'll see that it's really not that bad. But the key is, don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're gonna make them, but who cares? Who cares what other people think? Put what other people think aside, because a lot of times too, what holds us back is we care too much what people think. And if you're on my list and you see my emails that go out, some of you guys send some awesome things. I've gotten some comments that man, I love to read them. I love to see that this stuff inspires you, and it helps you to do something greater in your business, because really that's my mission. I want to help people do great things in your business. But man, I get some emails, some nasty emails, some really nasty emails from people. And it just goes to show you it's all about perspective. Some people will love what you do, some people will not. Okay? And you just can't get bogged down by thinking, caring too much about what people think of you. Because really, they're not thinking of you. They're not thinking of you at all. So the main thing is stop worrying about it, really. But, I hope you get something out of this. The main thing is stop analyzing stuff and take action. Take action on what you know. Because until you take action, you're not going to get any results, and you're not going to get to where you want. A lot of people struggle in this industry. If you've been on my list any length of time, I'm very, very big on generating leads, because that is the foundation for any business, is generating quality leads. And I see people that have to make a 25-hour thinking decision over whether they want to spend $10 to get started in My Lead System Pro, which is the system that I use to generate leads for my business. $10 holds people back because they have to evaluate the whole thing before they can make one little move. Why? It's $10. We blow $10 on McDonald's and things that do absolutely nothing for us. So, the point is that stop evaluating, just take some action and move forward. and don't be afraid to make the mistakes. That's the key, okay? So I really appreciate you. This is Mark Harbert with markharbert.com, and I hope you have an awesome day today whenever you're seeing this, and I certainly hope that you and I can connect soon. So have an awesome one. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.